Hello, my awesome colleagues, my friends, PMPs in the making, CAPMs in the making. I hope you're doing well. Yesterday, I put out a video on Chapter 3 of the PMBOK Guide, 6th edition, and we got a question in from a student, and I am going to answer this question right now. The question says, "Thank you for this explanation, sir. I have one question. Please help me. What does a project coordinator do? How does he or she support the project manager? Does he or she prepare the project charter, WBS, schedules, estimation, and so on using different project management tools?" It's a brilliant question, so why don't we take this question bit by bit, okay? So, this first question, right? What does a project coordinator do? A project coordinator is an individual that is responsible for assisting the project manager in whatever capacity the project manager requests. So think about the things a project manager typically does: creating reports, interfacing with customers, stakeholders, and things like that. Anything the project manager deems the project coordinator capable of handling, that's what they do. I've come across some project coordinators who do everything from scheduling in Microsoft Project or Primavera or some other tool to making phone calls to stakeholders, to clients, following up on procurement items, following up on things that are needed to create a report, creating reports, being involved in collecting requirements, being involved in troubleshooting if a system has been implemented and project manager isn't available and questions need to be answered. That could be made the project coordinator's responsibility. Now, the term project coordinator is variable. You have some people that refer to a project coordinator as a project assistant. In some instances, they may even say a junior project manager. Pretty much the same thing, right? I've also heard of people doing similar things being called a project expediter. Now, an expediter is someone that doesn't have as much power as a project coordinator, but they do a lot of administrative stuff, collating reports, stapling reports, printing stuff, doing some tasks that are not as major as a coordinator would. But again, it's left to the project manager, especially in a project-oriented firm, to decide what a project coordinator does for her or him, depending on who the project manager is. All right, so how does he or she support the project manager? By doing whatever the project manager needs help with, right? Does he or she prepare the project charter? Probably not the charter, but is it a possibility? It is, if the project manager deems it fit. WBS, possibly, schedules, estimation, and so on. It all depends on the level of the project coordinator's aptitude. Now, it might amuse you that a lot of project coordinators are fully fledged PMPs, so they know about this stuff. Case in point, I know people who have worked in positions because there are no project manager positions available, and those positions are project coordinator. So being a project coordinator doesn't mean you don't know a lot. You could know a whole lot of stuff. It really boils down to what does the PMO want you to do, what does the project manager feel you're capable of doing, and what is the progress path, for you to evolve beyond being a project coordinator to actually being maybe a full-fledged project manager. Really depends. All right. Second bullet, what is the difference between a project manager and project coordinator? A project manager is called a project manager, first of all. And then secondly, the project manager, you find them to be more accountable for the project-related tasks, such as the schedule, the budget. So the project manager could delegate to the project coordinator stuff that needs to be done, but the overall accountability is with the project manager, okay? In Agile, you said, Scrum Masters may act as a project coordinator. That is not a correct statement. In the world of Agile, the Scrum Master is not a project coordinator. The Scrum Master is responsible for the purity of the process. A Scrum Master is responsible for the integrity of Scrum being practiced. And if any of those practices of Scrum are out of whack or out of line, it's the job of the Scrum Master to call people back into order, right? And then you said, but in a traditional project management setting, what is the role of the project coordinator and how is it different? I believe that kind of answers it. Scrum is very different. I find a lot of people trying to compare Scrum to how traditional projects are done. No, it's totally different. The role of the project manager is split up into what the team is doing, right? So things like integration, scope, schedule, cost, quality, all those things. That is what the team is accountable for and responsible for. In a traditional setting, it's different. In a traditional setting, we have the project manager still being a central figure. That's why in the world of Agile, we use the term decentralized decision making, decentralized project management, decentralized leadership. Get it? In the world of traditional, it's centralized. You know, we have the belly button accountable person being the PM, but that is not the case in Agile, all right? So thank you very much, MN. Brilliant question. I hope this gives you further context. And as for everyone else, if you have got any question that you want answered in project management, don't forget to drop a comment below. I will take your question one of these days, all right? See you soon. Bye for now.